Now, what's the purpose of a boardroom? I term it as that organizational health piece in terms of creating an environment that the business will grow, the team will be engaged, there is opportunity for scalability, sustainability, and so on. And the boardroom is at the heart of that business's and that organization's ability to do just that. It's at the heart of where organizational health resides. Now, if you think about that in the context of us as human beings, the heart is at the center of what makes us tick. And looking after that and being healthy actually means that we have, a whole body health. Probably a poor analogy, but you get the idea. So the point here is decisiveness wins in the boardroom. Now, I want you to think about indecisiveness, because indecisiveness itself is a decision. And when was the last time that you delayed a decision? And what were the driving factors behind that? What made you delay that decision? What made you stand back and not engage in a new strategy, or deploy a new tactic, or invest in a new opportunity? What was it that slowed you down, got in the way? Because there is this, the whole focus is the decision you made to not make a decision. So what can you do to create an environment at the boardroom level where you can be decisive, you can agree actions? There's nothing worse than leaving a boardroom with a wishy-washy outcome of what did we just achieve? What did we actually agree on? What actions did we agree on? What did we actually decide to do? And I've seen it on numerous occasions where we talk a lot, but it's indifferent. There's nothing that comes from it. I've seen it where we'll come up with a great idea and then we'll do nothing with it. We'll park it and say, right, okay, let's pick that up in 4 weeks' time at our next meeting. And what's the cost of that 4 weeks? What's the cost of indecisiveness? So have you got a process, a system, maybe a 3-point decision filter where you can look at, what are we being presented? What data is being presented? What's the level of risk and what's our appetite for risk? Are we risk adverse? Is it risk aware? And does it align with the direction that the business is going in? So if you looked at that in its own context and came up with data risk alignment, suddenly you've got a 3-point action plan in order to actually discuss making a decision. Now, if that decision is definitively a no, that's a decision. But if it's a decision that says, okay, let's pick this up at our next meeting and see where it takes us, that's indecisiveness. So when you sit at the next boardroom meeting, have a look around the table and remind yourself, one, why you're sat there, and two, why everybody else is sat there. And part of that is if you're the owner, the CEO, the managing director, whatever the case is, you're there in order because you want to grow and develop the business, so you want to make profit. But your fellow directors, those that you're leading, are there to make decisions. You didn't promote them to be a director to not make decisions. So have a look and then get really tuned in to, are we making decisions or are we being indecisive in making decisions? And is that a choice and symptomatic of how we turn up? Go take a think of, go and have a look at your last couple of agendas and see what's been pushed to the right and whether or not any of those decisions have yet been made. And at your next board meeting, data, risk, alignment, ask yourself those 3 things. If it stacks up and it's moving in the right direction, guess what? Make the decision.